Hi guys, welcome to Software Jobs Training, and we are on week 3 and day 2. So continuing the topic of variables, in this session we are going to talk about objects. So objects are also something like variables, but they are actually used to hold a lot of data, a collection of data actually, and objects are mainly used everywhere in programming languages. So they're also used in C++, PHP, JavaScript, Java, Python, everywhere. So like arrays, we are going to discuss this up in a series of lessons, right? So let's see that what are objects and what sort of values can they hold. Okay, so an object is actually a collection of methods and properties about something. Okay, so this object is actually about me, about a person. Okay, so it will hold on a few properties like the person's first name, person's last name, and person's age. Okay, so in curly braces we declare an object, so make sure that you put the curly braces on and curly braces off, and then you write the property and its value and separate it by commas. You can just keep on writing the properties. Okay, so these properties actually represent an object. Okay, so suppose you have an object car, so it can have multiple properties as like red colors and 24-inch alloys and everything. Okay, so let's just go to the next lessons and learn about objects in detail. So slide number 9 is actually the skill assessment. So it's very basic. You just need to put in the values for the variables, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to skip this for you. Alright, so now we will discuss the objects in detail. So as we discussed that objects basically hold a collection of data, and this collection can have either properties or methods. So property is something like that represent a real property about an object. Like suppose a car has red color and beige interiors, like surround sound system. So it could be anything, right? And as far as the methods are concerned, they are actually the functions or the actions that an object can perform. Okay, so object has two values. It has two types of data in it. So first one is properties and second one is methods. Okay, so in this example we have an object about me named as about me. This is actually representing a real life person. So the properties it holds on as first name, last, and age of the person. Okay, so the first name is John and last name is Doe, and age is 30, and make sure that everything is separated using commas, so you can keep on adding properties about an object. Okay, and then there are functions that the object can perform. So this person John can actually dance and sing. Okay, so let's just dive into the live editor and write our own object in JavaScript and talk about this in detail. Okay, so I'm opening up live editor. Over here I will just come to the new file, and we will create a new file called objects.html. So we can begin with writing the HTML code, and so we do not need to write the body tag because let's just write it, no problems. So here we can start a script, and we'll say that type is equal to text / JavaScript. Okay, so I'll put a single line comment and say declaring an object. Start with var, and now we are going to name our object. So I'm going to name it as my car. Okay, and then an equal to sign and curly braces. Okay, so inside this I can start writing the properties of my car. So I can say that first of all it could be car color, that is red, and if I need to add multiple properties, I can just put a comma and keep on writing the properties. So the second property could be car type. Okay, I've made a mistake, so over here it does not have to be is equal to sign, you need to put colons over here. Okay, so in car type I'm gonna put a colon, and then it is an SUV. And one more property that I'm going to add is car year. So this is going to basically represent the year that I had bought the car in. So I bought it in 2014. Alright, so these are the three properties about my car. Okay, my car is actually an object that we have created, and these are the three properties that we have wrote inside an object. So now we are going to write a few methods. Okay, so as we discussed that methods are actually the actions that an object can perform. Okay, so the first action that my car can perform is run. Okay, so I can say run, and then I need to write the function in parentheses and another curly braces. So when I put the curly braces and I hit the enter, it will automatically add the ending or closing part of this curly braces automatically. And within this section I can write any code that will be executed when I call this action. Okay, so I can say document dot write, my car is running. Okay, so this document.write is actually the JavaScript way to show output on the screen. So okay, so you do not need to write anything inside the body. This document.write will actually show the output that my car is running. So it's just that JavaScript way of writing of showing the output on the screen, this document.write thing. Okay, so run is the first action that my car can perform, and the second action that my car can perform is play music. So it could be all small letter or anything, and then I put a colon and a function. Again, document.write. You can basically write any code that you want to execute when this action is being called or this method is being called. Okay, so I can just show an output on the screen is that alright. Okay, so in this example we have seen that how to create an object. Okay, so currently we have just declared this object, we have not called this object up. So this is just the declaration part so far we have done, and we'll see that how to call this in upcoming sessions. So first of all, let us dive back into the console, and this one is this slide is we have already discussed this in live editor. So let me just go to the slide number 2. Okay, so that it is talking about functions. Alright, so we have seen that this is a function, dance function. So when this function will be called, there will be an output that says I'm dancing, and this will say la la la. Okay, so basically properties and methods or functions you call it, or you can call it actions or methods, but generally we call them methods or functions. Alright, so we will see that how to call them. We have not called them yet, we have just written the declaration for the object. So again, to create an object we can either use the constructor functions or we can use the literal notations. Okay, so literal notations can be written using curly braces. We have already seen them in live editor to just start typing out the objects, or you can use the constructor functions. So here you will have to write the function keyword and then write the name of your object. Okay, so let me just go to slide number 4 and see the constructor functions. Alright, so constructor functions are the output is going to remain the same, but actually the way of initializing or declaring an object changes in both of these functions, right? In both of these methods, actually, either you can use the literal notations or you can use the constructor functions. So in constructor function, you first will have to write the function keyword and then write the object name, and inside the curly braces you will have to write the properties by writing this dot name and then assign the value to it. So this dot name means that the name of this object. Okay, so this is actually referring to the object, and if you want to write the methods, then you will have to write like this dot dance. So dance is the method and you put it equals to function and then write the function. So the output is actually same, but the way of writing the code is slightly different. So on slide number 5 it is showing that how to create the objects using literal notations. So we have already done this, and pretty simple. Put the var and object name, curly braces, then you write down name, the property, and if you need to write down the methods, then just write the method name and function and write the code that you need to execute. Okay, so pretty sweet and simple. I would recommend that you use the literal notations because that is actually easier, and this is sort of a preferred technique for creating objects these days. Okay, so this will actually bring us to the end of the video. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching.